What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. So, getting into this episode of GH, so we're getting more insight into this whole Marcus Aunt Stella relationship of the past, and we're finding out more information. See, in the beginning of this, I was under the impression that Stella wanted to raise her nephews, help her sister raise her nephews, and I was under the impression that Marcus wasn't 100% okay with that because they were supposed to get married. Um, because, like I said, he just seemed a little, like he wasn't really understanding. You know what I mean? So I was under the impression that back in the day, he wasn't understanding of her decision to raise her nephews. But in reality, according to Marcus, he really didn't have a say in it because he had a great job offer in San Francisco. But when Curtis and Thomas's father passed away, she wanted to help raise her nephews, and really there was no conversation about it, according to Marcus. It was basically open and shut situation. Stella was not negotiating. She wasn't nothing. She was just letting them know that she was going to move in with her sister, help raise her nephews, and there was no discussion about it. It was end of discussion. So he had no say in nothing. Because he did say that he wished that they could have worked things out back then. And came up with some sort of compromise on her raising her nephews, helping to raise her nephews, but it just didn't happen like that. But he really has no regrets about the past 30 years, because if it wasn't for her dumping him, he would have never met Yvonne. They would have never had the 30-year marriage that they've had. And he does not regret that. And I respect that. I really do. I respect that he lived with no regrets. And he said the whole time he was with his wife, he never pined away for Stella, which I totally understand. I do believe he still got feelings for her. I believe he still love her because that doesn't go away. Not overnight. Definitely not after all these years when you see her, you know what I mean? But he moved on with his life. And I don't blame him. But judging by Aunt Stella look, I don't believe that she regrets her decision either. But judging by her facial expression, I think she wished that she probably would have made a different choice. Um, Not as far as raising her nephews. I know that's something she does not regret. But I think in terms of compromise, you know what I mean? I think she wished that she could have done it all. Raised her nephews and married the man that she loved. You know what I mean? I think that was in the back of her mind, judging by her facial expressions. I can't be 100% sure, but that would be my guess. Um, I feel bad for her because she was sad about the fact that Mike, the next time she see him, he may not remember her. You know what I mean? Because he was just going on and on about, his mom and his dad not knowing where he was and he should call them and he would have to, he's slipping away every day. And it's sad to see. Um, Sonny had a tough decision to make and he made a very difficult one. Basically, he's coming to terms with the fact that he may have to let his father just go. Just let him go to that home full time and let him stay there because he's slipping away every day. Like he doesn't even know who Sonny and Carly are. He doesn't know who Jocelyn is. He doesn't know who any of these people are. He's forgetting them. You know what I mean? So I think, and I'm glad Sonny came to this realization because I did mention this a few months back, maybe a couple weeks ago, that it doesn't matter how many millions Sonny has. It's not going to fix this situation. You know what I mean? Like you're going to have to put your dad in a home full time. I mean, he's getting violent. Things are just coming to a head right now. So you have to make a tough decision. I know it's hard for Sonny to do, but it has to be done at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to put their parent in a home full time. Every person wish that they could help take care of their parents the same way their parents took care of them for years. You know what I'm saying? Of course you wish you could, but it's out of it's out of your hand at the end of the day. And I know that was a tough decision for Sonny to make. It was a decision he really didn't want to make, but he's kind of forced to make it. There's no other way around it. And I knew at some point he would have to make that choice. At some point I knew he would, you know. But it's always good that at least he has a wife by his side that's supportive of whatever decision he makes. That's the one thing I will say about Carly. She is ride or die. She was down for her husband for whatever choice he decided to make, and I respect that. You know what I mean? Like whether he wanted him to stay, she had no fuss, because she know how tough it is for Sonny. I mean, imagine if years from now Carly has to go through that with Bobby. You know what I'm saying? Where Bobby, God forbid, gets Alzheimer's and stuff like that. She would be in the same boat, facing a tough decision to make. So, she's definitely understanding of it, and I'm glad she is. Some people just wouldn't even care, or they wouldn't be as supportive, but she's been right by Sonny's side throughout all this mess with his father, and I respect that. Um, of course, in the beginning of this episode, Carly was. Yo, when she was on the phone with Jason, this fool said, "Are you dying?" Carly, if the man was dying, don't you think he would tell you? That man is not no dying. Then she's sitting there on the phone saying, "Is he dying? Tell me the truth. Is he dying?" I'm like, Carly, he's not dying. Carly, yo, I swear, for as much as she gets on my nerves sometimes, she do make me laugh. Like, she do. I was like her whole focus after she knew Jocelyn was good, her whole focus was about the safety of Jason. Like, she could not lose her bestie, and I don't blame her. I mean, I feel like Jason and Carly's relationship is a little frustrating sometimes, but I do kind of like it because they are ride or die for each other. And that's a friendship you cannot buy. I'm gonna tell you, the friendship the two of them got is a friendship you cannot buy. It's not. You could write a check for $1 billion. You probably would never get that type of friendship. I'm gonna tell you that right now, and I respect it. Because in this day and age, loyalty and not only is Jason loyal to Carly, but he's not some yes man for her. Jason tells her the truth. He tells her what it is. If Carly fucking up, he gonna tell you fucking up. Like, he gonna be the first to tell you. That I love that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think everybody needs a friend like that because it's hard to find friends like that. That has your genuine best interests at heart. It's hard to find it, and they have that, and I like it. As funny as their relationship is, it's a real relationship. It's a real friendship, and I dig that. Oscar. Listen, I totally get where Oscar coming from, living life to the fullest. I get that, having no regrets, no fucks given. I totally understand that, especially when you're dying. I get it. But all that dangerous, like, you need to calm that down, homie. Like, cause y'all could have got some folks killed tonight, even though that whole rescue mission wasn't that deep, but whatever. You could have got some folks killed, including yourselves. Like, I'm telling you, I understand wanting to live on the edge and be a little dangerous. I get that. But I'm not trying to be going through nobody's dusty tunnels and no catacombs. I'm not. No. Hell no. I'm not. No, 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 no. You ain't gonna catch me up in there. And it's cold. Ain't no heat in them damn tunnels. Be up in there freezing. And they ain't even got heavy coats on. They got them little thin jackets on. I'm like, please. Ain't no way. Listen, my blood is thin. I ain't going up in no cold space. That's why when I go out, and mind you, it's pouring rain in today. The temperatures are up to like the 50s, I think, today. Let me see. Let me check. Because I know it was like 50 something earlier. Yeah, it's like 52 degrees right now. But it's still cold. And it's pouring down raining. It's been raining all day. And when I go out in the next hour and a half, because I have to be out in a minute, I'm putting on my damn North Face. I don't walk around with thin coats outside. It's too damn cold for that. And my blood is thin. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, shout outs, before I forget, shout out to Robert Palmer Watkins, Dylan Quartermain for checking out my review video. I appreciate you. So yeah, Oscar, he really needs to tone down. I don't blame Kim for lecturing him. Any parent would, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of parents, where the hell is Drew? Again, he's MIA. Like, where the hell is Drew? I'm surprised that Drew wasn't at the hospital, not only for Oscar, but he's not there for Lulu. Like, I'm surprised. Lulu, I mean, him and Lulu were cool, so I'm kind of surprised he's not there. And Oscar, it's like, where the hell is Drew? I don't know. Sometimes it just don't make sense how he be there 1 second and MIA the next. I don't know. Maybe he thought his son was cool, so he decided to go home and take a cat nap. I don't know. But anyway, I think at this point, Jocelyn should fall back a little bit with spending so much time with Oscar. I understand she wants to get in as much time as humanly possible. But I do think it's time for Drew and Kim to spend more time with him, hanging out with him, doing fun stuff. Why does it always have to be him and Jocelyn? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty like this boy is dying. Like, if I was the parent, your girlfriend gonna have to wait, homie. Your parents need some time with you too. You know what I mean? Like, cause every day, every minute is supposed to be cherished. Something new memories that y'all could make. I mean, Jocelyn can come too at some point, but I think for now it should just be him and the parents hanging out sometime. That's just my thinking on it. So anyway, moving on from that, I love the scene between Jake, Aiden, and Franco baking the cupcakes and stuff like that. I mean, for me, if I'm a parent, I'm definitely letting my kids stay up a little late. You know what I'm saying? If they want to bake or whatever, we can stay up a little, an hour late. Give you about an hour and a half because it ain't gonna take too long to bake these. And we can get the baking part of it done, and the next day you could just frost it. So I like how Franco handled that. It was a compromise. He let y'all bake and do the little extra. Make the flowers and stuff like that. For decoration, but y'all gonna frost it in the morning before school. That was a good compromise. I like that. First of all, because I love to bake. One thing I do not play with is people putting their hands in my batter. When Jake and Franco was putting their hand all up in the batter, Franco took like 3 fingers of batter. I was like, Franco, get your Franco greedy. First of all, I remember when Roger. I don't know if it's in the contract, but Roger Howard, every time he's in a scene, for the most part, he's eating. Like, he be munching. I remember when he played Todd Manning, he was eating all the time. It's like, is that in the contract for him to eat? Because he stayed chomping something or eating on something. Like, Roger Howard is greedy. But yeah, that's one thing I don't play when I'm in the kitchen. Do not put your hand in my batter. If your hands is not clean, do not put your hand in my batter. Listen, if anybody's in the kitchen with me and they want to try some batter or something and they think about get a spoon. You know what I'm saying? Get a spoon. Let's be proper. But if you must put your fingers in my batter, at least I'm gonna make you wash your hands at least 3 times with soap in front of me. Because I don't play. Like, I don't play. You're not contaminating my batter. I don't play when it comes to my food and my bacon. I don't play. Speaking of bacon, I really want some. I seen a good recipe yesterday for banana pudding. I really want to make some banana pudding. I love banana pudding. Banana pudding is my favorite of all time. And I want to put the Cool Whip on it. Cool Whip is like my. Listen, get you some Cool Whip. If anybody out there bakes a cake or anything, even bake a pie, put a little Cool Whip on it. I'm telling you, you'll thank me later. Cool Whip is the best. So anyway, yeah, I love that scene. I have to agree with Elizabeth today, though. I really do. When Jake was worried about him taking the cupcakes to school and stuff like that, and he showed her the tablet that said Gaydon on it, I totally understand where Jake was coming from, but I do agree with Elizabeth because I did mention this before. You can't shield him. You know what I'm saying? You can't be around him all day, every day. As much as you want to shield him from the world and the negativity and the cruelty of the world, you really can't. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with Elizabeth on that. They just have to let Aiden be Aiden. Because that's one thing as a parent she does not want to do. She doesn't want to stop him from being who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I totally, totally agree with her. You can't. You can't shield him from the world. You know what I mean? Because then that's how kids grow up and they don't know anything about the real world. They don't know how cruel it can be. They don't know how dangerous it can be because you shielded them as a kid. You know what I mean? You got to sit them down, talk to them, and let them know how the world really is. And sometimes you just got to throw them out into the world and it's sink or swim. You know what I mean? It is what it is. As much as you don't want to do that, you have to do that. You have to force yourself to do it. If not, they're going to be really disappointed and hurt later in life as they get older because they're not going to know anything. They're not going to know how to handle things, how to deal with stuff. They're not going to know because you didn't really teach them, when they were younger. So you have to do that now. And I'm glad Elizabeth is doing that. I think it's brilliant. It's good parenting. It's smart. And the conversation, I love the conversation she and Franco had about whether or not she ever had a feeling Aiden might be gay. And Elizabeth was honest. She said in the back of her mind, she always thought he was, or had a feeling he might be. Um, but she, feels like maybe that's something he'll figure out as he get older, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But tomorrow's episode, I'm really interested in seeing because Franco asked her if Aiden was to be gay, how would you feel about that? That's a nice question. That's a good question, and I want to see what her answer is going to be because some parents do have a hard time with their kids being bisexual or gay, or they have an issue with that. Some parents do. Um, and it's a sad thing, really. But I mean, some parents are just being honest, and you can't fault them for being honest with how they feel. So whatever Elizabeth's answer is going to be, I'm not going to drag her for it. Whether if she's against it, that's her choice. But Aiden is going to be whoever Aiden is going to be. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if he's that way or not, but I think at some point maybe she should sit him down maybe and talk to him about it, or maybe she'll wait for him to come to her when he's ready one day to explain it maybe. I don't know, but I'm interested in finding out how this is going to progress. I do feel bad for Aiden, you know what I mean? Because no kid should be bullied for being different or loving to cook or bake, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't be bullied for having different interests than other kids. You know what I'm saying? Than other people, period. Everybody got different interests. So I can't wait to see more and see how they handle it further. Franco seems like he's, totally on Aiden's side. He's definitely on Aiden's side. And that's what I love. Uh, because Franco, he genuinely cares about those kids. And he's starting to take them in as his own. You know what I'm saying? I know, like I said, some people are not happy about that, but like I said before, I totally respect Franco for stepping up, helping to take care of and raise three children that are not his. Not many men, like I said before, not many men would do that. That's a huge step. That's a major, major thing to do. And I commend him for it. Um, so moving on to that. So Jason was up in the cold ass water. I said, first of all, you up in that cold ass water with a short sleeve shirt on. I would have been shivering if I got out that water. I'm surprised Jason wasn't shivering, shaking, or nothing. I'm like, brother, his face was totally blue. I'm like, I would have been shaking because that's freezing. I know it got to be negative degrees because it's freezing out there. It's in New York. The water got to be ice cold. I mean, beyond ice cold. And you got on no coat and a short sleeve shirt? No. I would have been shivering. I'm saying I would have been shaking like a leaf. Um, but of course, Jason, of course, didn't want to go to the hospital. He didn't want Sam taking care of him. I'm just thinking like Jason, stop being so damn macho all the time. Like, just let other people take care of you for a change. Damn, how many people in that town have you rescued over the years? And you've always looked out for everybody in that town. Let somebody look out for you for a change. You ain't got to be so damn macho all the time. Hell, let her make you a cup of soup, some coffee, whatever, some tea, whatever, and y'all sit by the fire. But she didn't even do all that. She got him a cup of brandy. That's my kind of woman. You know what I'm saying, Sam? She ain't even get him no tea or no coffee or nothing. Came in with some liquor. I said, that's what I'm talking about, Sam. But of course, it was kind of funny because Sam pointed out that for the first time, I think this was her rescuing Jason. Because usually it's true. Jason usually rescues everybody. But this time, he was the one being rescued, which is kind of ironic. It's the first time for everything. Um, so, of course, all of this was the big lead up to the two of them getting it on. Um, we all knew it would happen eventually. And it finally happened. So, finally Jason got him some kutapu. Finally, after many years of being abstinent. Jason been a born again virgin for the last 6-7 years. I can't believe he went all these years without getting. I mean, he was in the clinic all these years. For the past 5 years, he was in the clinic and didn't come back. And he's been back on the show now for a good year and some change. Almost 2 years going on. This would be year 2 that he's back. And this is the first time he's getting some. I'm like, I would have been going all night if I was him. I'm just saying, like, you ain't getting none in about 7 years. This the first time in 6-7 years you done got you some kuda poo. I would have been up all night long. The whole damn block would have known my name. I'm just saying, like you've been, pumped up all these years. I'm like, woo, I couldn't imagine. But anyway, this is a cool episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.